Peace. This is a meat potato social production starring myself, the Water Alchemist, and today's topic for the occult family is to be born again. So I want to talk about something that a lot of people may possess a curiosity about, but you would like more insight about it so you can draw the best conclusions for yourself. So that's where mentor comes in. So we know about reincarnation and we know about so-called karma, or as I and other magazines refer to as the law of attraction. But we have to understand the role that circumstance can play. And I'm going to show you where I'm going with this. Now, on different occasions, I talked about a movie that was basically came to Britain through Hammer. That was Curse of the Werewolf, which came out May 7th, 1961. In the United States, it was released a month later, starring Oliver Reed and Clifford Evans. Now, there was a macabre event that happened that led to this little boy's birth, Leon Corlito, who was the product of sexual assault and was born on Christmas. Now, pay attention to this singular event that happened. When he was about 9 to 10 years of age, a hunter named Pepe took him, who was a friend of the father, of course, to go hunting. And it wasn't in him to hunt. So he had shot a bird. Leon picked the bird up, and he was just crying his eyes out. And he kissed the bird. And then he started having dreams. And he talked to his father about that event, that when he went hunting with Pepe. He said was kissing the bird, and he said, I felt something warm and sweet. And he said, all I know is I wanted more. That one event would set the tone for him to become a werewolf when he got older. Now, this is something that I did with spirits, and I wanted to know this question. They answered me. I said, is one born a demon or an angel, or the potential to become an ascended master, or even a god that may have failed from grace or lost their position? Yes to all the above. So if it's meant for you to be a demon, you're going to become a demon. If it's meant for you to be an angel, you're going to become an angel. Now, let's go back to what I said about what happened to Leon. Something happened to him as a child. Think back to your childhood and how you were. Remember the creativity you had, the imagination. Remember how you may have been drawn to science fiction or comic books and all that. All that was just setting the stage. So it's not so much that your tastes changed. They just became more sophisticated. And although Leon wasn't a hunter at that time, he did grow up to hunt. He just ended up hunting the most evolved animal on the planet, and that was human beings. And for a while, the beast in him was dormant until he left his father's village. And he fell in love, and he couldn't have that woman. So there's going to always be a circumstance that if you are meant to be in the occult, spirits are going to find a way to get you one way or the other. I know people that were in church, and yet they never felt like they really belonged there. But they dealt with it, and they had a good time. Not so much because of the word, because of the personal interaction with friends or boys or girls. But as you got older, and the vampire or the angel or the demon in you, they start steering you towards the occult. That's what happens. And at first, a lot of you, you'd be so scared to be in those stores. And, oh, they have these candles, and that's witchcraft, and that's this or that. But in the back of your mind, something to you is saying, this feels so familiar, or I don't know why I like this, but I do. You have to remember something. You are who you are. There was a show, The Wire, on HBO. And I'm going to talk about Stringer Bell. Stringer Bell wanted more, but the thing was, Avon Barksdale, he was what he was. So was Marlo. They were what they were. So no matter what setting you had put them in the business world, etc., They just love the hood. They love the hustle. They love the game. You couldn't take that out of them no matter what. Same thing if you're born to be a demon, or you're a born vampire, or you're going to become an ascended master. What I'm saying is certain things are etched in stone. Others are not. That which is etched in stone, you're going to be pushing that direction. And I'm really going to give you a cheat code. Talked about this book. If you study the inner planets from Astrology and Past Lives from Mary Devlin, that will give you some insights of your past life. And I will say this. Your moon was your past ascendant. So let that sink in. And the moon deals with the will and the subconscious. And it's also the planet of Archangel Gabriel. So if you want to learn more, that'll give you some insights. You can read that book. You can acquire it and study the planets such as Neptune, Pluto, Jupiter, Venus. But you are what you are. So that is to be born again. So with that, that is your meat and potato source for the day. I'm the Water Alchemist. Be water, my friends. Peace.